to Living Wealthy Always. This is your host, Juneann Lewis. And the music that you're hearing coming in the background there is from the young lady that I'll be speaking with today, Miss Vanilla, out of Guyana, South America. Listen, she's representing the Caribbean to the fullest. This young lady is so gorgeous. She has a dynamic physique, by the way, and such a calming personality. She's beautiful and she does not flaunt it. I love that. But let me tell you, when she's on stage, she is a force to be reckoned with. I've watched her videos and I've admired her for years. And I'm so enthralled and I'm so happy to introduce you to Miss Vanilla. Her and I spoke about the new music genre of music that we're going to be calling Guyana's music. She's coming up with something. She's part of a group that's coming up with a new name. All right, let's meet Miss Vanilla. Look, Miss Vanilla is one of those soca artists that is not just a soca artist. She is responsible for promoting so many artists and bringing them to life, such as Times2 and those guys. And this young lady happens to be the manager of Cross Colors as well. I was just asking her, how does she wear so many hats? But before we get into that, let's get to Miss Vanilla. Good, well welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm always happy to be a part of a show, especially when it's a woman's show. Sorry guys, don't be offended. So don't be offended at all.
Good. Well, it certainly is a pleasure having you here. And Vanilla, you're such a gorgeous young lady, and I mentioned that before. I was looking at your physique, and I said, Vanilla, you're so, I can see that there's muscles lifting, there's muscles coming out from underneath there. Tell us a little bit more about yourself, because you take health and fitness, as you and I talked about, very seriously. You're a manager of Cross Colors, you're a soca artist, you're just doing everything. How are you wearing all of these hats?
I think because I think I've ended up doing that because most of the time when you want to get something done and you're dependent on people, it's either not done the way you want it to, or you have to wait so much longer to get it done. And I think that is what actually led me to be wearing so many hats, one. And two, I've always been a person since growing up. If you ask me what I wanted to be, I would say anything that I can do. So I was never geared to a specific thing, one thing, like I want to be a doctor or I want to be a lawyer or whatever. I was always into just let me be free and be what I want to be. So that is, I think I've accomplished that so far.
Good. You know, I sometimes just ask, what birth sign are you? I know people think that that's not true, but sometimes it is true.
I don't really think it's true, but I'm a Taurus.
You're a Taurus? Okay. It says a lot about you because of what you said. Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't follow it a lot, so I wouldn't know.
I know people say, well, don't follow it. But every single time I've looked at that, and I'm a Christian, and every time I've looked at that in terms of personality traits, and you speak to someone, it's always hitting on the button in terms of personality traits. So, yes. Well, okay, with that being said, wearing the hat of a soca singer in Guyana, in the Caribbean, tell me what that is like, because I know it's challenging to be that. Yes.
It's in Guyana especially, it's challenging because especially if you try to be different. I am one of the soca artists. First of all, our soca is not like Trinidad soca. Okay. It is somewhat different, and we should probably brand it something else. But we have so many challenges in terms of like copyright and people being able to work together to create one common goal and stuff like that. So because we have all those challenges, it's just stuck at soca. But if you listen to Guyanese soca and Trinidadian soca, it is somewhat different. And so for me, I love the difference in terms of I wanna be expressive in my way. I don't want to be like anybody else, even though you may admire other people and appreciate the level they have taken the music. I just want to be me. I want music that sounds like me and represent where I am from. So a lot of times you will hear my strongest influence in music is the drums, which is my favorite instrument that I can't play. But it is definitely one instrument that I love. And recently I've been working on fusing my music with the different cultures that we have in Guyana. Because for me, I represent Guyanese. I am an African who is in love with Indian and Amerindian jewelry.
Wow, yes.
So I think that is one of the things that makes me different as an artist.
Yes.
My music would not sound like anybody else's. My voice will not sound like anybody else's. But my idea is to create something that is different and that is truly Guyanese, and so you can associate me with Guyana, not sounding like a particular other person.
Yes. And you know, that's one of the things you just mentioned, Vanilla, in terms of, you know, Jamaica's reggae.
Yeah.
You say Trinidad is soca and calypso.
Right.
And when you say Guyana, there's not a brand of music that we have. And that will be interesting, that if people like yourself can come up with a brand of music. So we can say, when you say such and such, that's Guyanese they're associated with. Because definitely when you say calypso or soca, what they say, Trinidad.
Right.
When you say reggae, Jamaica. And we are such a bunch of talented people with so much skills. People like yourself, people like Times 2, people like Big Red, and all of those individuals that are so talented and are doing great things. We have got to come up with a name.
Well, I kind of have a name that, well, not me, but the name has come up by Mr. Bertmer Simon, who is currently the CEO of Cross Color Records. He came up with the idea of calling it folk jam. There's two things. You can either work with folk jam, or we can also work with RingBang, which was Eddie Grant's idea of creating something that is uniquely Guyanese.
We're going to take a break now. We're going to see some of the music that excites me. I love Rage. She's out of Africa for this one.
Drums. I am a daughter descended from Africans, and in my blood I feel in the rhythm. Over the seas where my foreparents come from, they made sure I inherit the sound of the drums. Innocent man, reggae man, so mad, really mad. I tell you it bad when I hear the rang tang tang ticky ticky kang kang, rang tang tang ticky ticky kang kang. Rage in my body, rage in my soul, rage. Out the control, rage, 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 rage. Yes, the rhythm rage from the drums, rage in the belly, rage, 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 rage. Why yeah 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 yeah. Why yeah yeah yeah. Why yeah 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 yeah. Why yeah yeah yeah. They took my culture and all my beliefs, except my grandfather and all the family. But there is one thing they could never understand. It's the vibe sweetness get when we hearing the drums. Innocent me mad, reggae mad, so mad, really mad. I tell you it's bad when I hear the rang tang tang ticky ticky kang kang, rang tang tang ticky ticky kang kang. Rage in my body, rage in my soul, rage out of control, rage, 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 rage.
Ooh, and let's get to listen to Massive. Love the Massive. Woo.
Let me hear a drum play. When they massive, 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 when they massive. Why when they massive, why when they massive, why when they massive, why when they massive. Jump up and just move your body, and just come and join the party. Take now put your flag them in the air. Convert and become a junkie. Oh yes, man, I'm so bad junkie. The vibe filling up the atmosphere. Like a wave coming down. We don't have a care in the world. Energy, join the fun. Me and my master running the town. Time to join the soca train. Music enjoy if you no pain. I jump up to the vibe of soca. Charge your battery, come with power massive. You know what you have to do. Release the energy. 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 Release the energy.
And we are back with Miss Vanilla.
And so I think the problem is because we do not work together, we cannot seem to, if you're not working together, you can't think as one. And when I say we, I'm talking about the creators of music in Guyana, or all the persons who are associated with music. So presently, Cross Color Records we have formed the Guyana Music Network, where we're trying to get all the artists and musicians, people who are all associated with music, as well as persons in the creative industry, because the operative word is network.
Yes.
So we are working specifically on that. So we hope it is taken on the a little while for me to catch on to how simple but good the idea is. But we're definitely working in that direction. So I figure within the next 5 years, you will definitely see changes in terms of music in Guyana and where we're heading.
And where we're heading, okay. With that being said, I'm going to tell you, I like RingBang. Oh my goodness, that song. The other one is good too.
Yes.
But I really like that because it takes us in a whole different entity. And look, I want to speak to the people that are out there, the forces that are out there. You guys have to work together. Truly you do, because when you have talent like Guyana has, and I'm not saying this because I'm a Guyanese, I'm saying this because I've listened to other music around the world, and I do appreciate when I listen to my talented Guyanese artists. And this is not just to cut anybody off, because the Caribbean has talented artists altogether. I love reggae, I love all the other music, I love all the different varieties that they are out there. But I'm speaking about Guyana because I'm in Guyana and I'm talking to Guyanese artists. So I'm speaking about the talent that we have here. So let's get working together so that we can get the name out there, so that it can be like Vanilla said, a different entity, being from the same culture, but a different entity, bringing it down to a smaller nucleus, just like reggae is down to a smaller nucleus, where when you hear that, you know it's reggae, regardless of what you're playing. If you hear that beat of a certain way, you know it's reggae. If you hear that beat of a certain way, you know it's calypso. And so, what's the name that we're going to be going with?
There are two names that I think we need to decide together. So there's RingBang and there's Foja.
RingBang and Foja. And Foja. Yeah. Okay, RingBang and Foja. So look, let's get moving with that. I'm all for being a part of that. And besides that, look, we've talked about your RingBang, and I'm going to call it our Foja music. Yeah. I'm going to start saying that, the RingBang or your Foja music.
Well, the thing is, right, yes, I guess you can go ahead and
let's go promote the brand. I mean, let's start it. You're hearing that first on Living Wealthy Always, by the way. So that we are officially calling it RingBang or Foja music. And I am a futuristic thinking person. And so because I already see the vision of it being that. So let's go ahead and say that your RingBang or Foja music, right, that you sing. As a female artist singing Foja or RingBang music, we talked about your challenges. But you are a writer as well.
Yes.
And so you write for several people.
Well, actually, no, I am not a writer in terms of a songwriter. I'm a contributor to most of some of the songs that I regard, which I think everybody have their strengths, and my strength is not necessarily songwriting. Mm-hmm. I have discovered from attending UB, I have discovered, after topping the writing class, I've discovered that you actually have the skill to become a script writer.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay then. So since then, since I left UB, I did a motion picture arts course at UB. And since I left then, I've been doing a lot of writing. So they're going to eventually evolve into what I want it to be. But I'm taking time to make sure that, because the thing is, if you have one script that is perfect, then that would make me very happy.
Fine.
So I've been working on a few scripts and been writing a different stories from a Caribbean perspective more so than an American perspective. So that's another thing that I enjoy doing as well.
Well, Nelly, you talk about being a writer, and that's very powerful. I love that you are wearing that hat as well, especially in the film industry. That's powerful. We need more writers in Guyana. One of the things I touched about with talking to Jumo was, and even you yourself, was the copyright issues. What can we do about that?
The copyright issue is, as much as it's a governmental issue, it is also an issue where, okay, let me put it this way. In order for the government to listen to what I have to say, it is better if it is said by an organization that is speaking for a lot more persons than if you were to speak individually and I were to speak individually. So the idea behind copyright is not just a governmental issue, but it's also an issue of the people who need to work together to put pressure on the government. It would be better, for example, for me, copyright not being in place, me not being able to earn because the copyright not being in place affects not just only me, but my whole list of family, my daughter, my son, my mother, who I might be taking care of because she's older. So it's a whole list of people. But when we just speak as you were just speaking as one and I am just speaking as one, we don't really pay attention.
Fine. With that being said, you said it needs to be a united front, and that means all artists, whether you're in entertainment as a soca singer, or your creative industry, or you're a writer, or whatever, everybody needs to come together. My question is, how do you bring everybody together? How do you make everybody understand that there's more power when you take this drop of water, and you create a river or a lake, than when it's just a single drop of water, because the several drops of water created that river or that lake. How do we get people to understand that there's force and there's power in unity with everybody? How do we get them to do that?
It is difficult. I would say it was a bit difficult when you try to sell the package. There might be a few persons who might be interested, but then when there's presently a change that is occurring in Guyana, where I'm talking about politically, where
change,
there is a change in terms of two persons who are actually working together to create a difference that more people are paying attention to.
Fantastic.
My biggest thing is, we have, I don't like to get into politics, but I'll speak here.
Yes.
What I'm saying, my thing is, I hope what I want to see is not just whichever party that wins becomes the power, but we work together even in Parliament to achieve certain goals. And I think if we're to do that, if we can see that particular change, and I want to talk together, all the parties working together, not just because you have more seats, you would not pay attention to what the other person who have less seats are saying, but if we can work together, I think that would be such a huge influence on people that the whole country will have a shift. If you can see that enemies, when you were actually seen as enemies working together, trust me, it would be so much easier so the average man when you speak to them, because there's an example for them to see. So that would be one thing that I would love to see in terms of change. And when I see that, I think that would definitely propel people to do that. On the other hand, even if that does not occur, because I always think, you have to pick plan A and B and C. On the other hand, even that does not occur. Like I said, we mentioned about the music network, where we actually approach it with one strategy, which we think that the strategy did not work. So we're using another strategy where we're trying to get the University of Guyana involved, because there are a lot of people who go there as well. So we're trying to take it from a different angle to achieve the same goal.
Okay, fantastic. That was a great answer. And I'm telling you, as a young woman, I have to ask you, because I'm very impressed with you. And if you don't mind me asking you on camera, how old are you?
I am 32.
Oh my goodness, you look much younger than that.
Thank you. I don't have a problem. I never have a problem with saying age. I think people should be proud of their age. Right. But even though I may be 32, I still feel like 18.
Well, you look 18, so it's great. Well, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, Vanilla? Because it seems like you're a powerhouse to be reckoned with, and I anticipate that you're going to be going places. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, there are, like I said, because it's circulated around three things, especially in the region of film, I really need to, even though I went to the UB, and did motion picture art and film, I also want to head to New York Film Academy, because I'm definitely, I believe that once people have a taste of what I have to offer, they will just love me, because that's exactly happened when I went to school in Barbados. So that is one thing that I'm definitely aiming for in terms in the context of film.
Yes.
But apart from that, at home and abroad, at home, I really want to work on the music network moving forward in terms of getting us to work together. Because when we can work together, people will be surprised of how we can earn together and become stronger together. So the network is definitely one of the things I'm going to be focusing on. And my music, of course, I love it. I love music. So my music, of course, I will be, I'm focusing on working on 2 albums presently, and they are different to what people are usually accustomed to be doing, which is more of the kind of music that I want to do in terms of change. So those are some of the things that I'll be definitely working on. It may seem small to some people, but trust me, in living in Guyana, it's a huge hat to fill. Hats, no? Yes.
Well, good. Well, you mentioned the film industry and being on the international stage, going to New York, because if you can make it there, as they say, you can make it anywhere. I believe that that will happen for you. You have the presence, you have the personality, and I see that you're such a dynamic woman and strong in your pursuit of your career and what you want to achieve. I see you doing that. So I'm going to say congratulations to you in advance. That I will be seeing you on the big screens internationally.
The thing is, you wouldn't be seeing me. I'll be on the background. I'm more of a background person, and I've already worked on. There was an international film where there was a fusion. I was the production manager on that film, where the film is called A Bitter Lime. It will be out between by 2016. And so we shot. We shot most of the movie in Guyana. We did some work in LA as well. So I think yes, it will definitely work. And me going to New York Film Academy is not to stay there. My thing is to develop where I'm from, Guyana, the Caribbean. The thing is, I want to be able to teach people what I have learned to be a lot easier for them than it is for me.
So you want to be a door opener?
Yes.
Fantastic, fantastic. And you know, tonight it seems like I've spoken to door openers all the time, from Jumo to Sonia Noel and now to yourself, and you guys are truly door openers, because there's people that are looking at you to say, if he or she can do this, yes, I can as well achieve the same. So I say to you, continue doing what you're doing, because there's so many people, not just here in Ghana, but around the world, like myself, that are looking at you, that you don't know that are looking at you.
True.
So, and we're observing the things that you're doing, which is one of the reasons you're sitting here with me tonight.
Yes.
And I truly do like that. Now, one of the things I ask everyone is, what is living wealthy to you? To Miss Vanilla.
Well, living wealthy for me is all about family. Family for me, family is first. And I'm really truly a family person, even though I've lost my mother at an early age. So I think that has probably made me a stronger family person. And family is living wealthy, being able to provide for that family. When I say family, I speak in the context of my brothers and sisters as well, because I don't have any children as yet. And so being able to provide for them, that is one thing that I want to do. I want to be able to, if my niece come and say, Auntie, may I have this? Of course it has to be. If you can't ask me for, well, they know from now. First of all, I don't give presents that is not worth. I rarely give toys as presents, but yes. So I must be able to get it without having to be able to think about where am I going to get the money from to get it. So that is 2. And 3, health and fitness is one of the goals. As a nutritionist and personal trainer, it is definitely one of the things that I live for and totally enjoy. And so those are some of the things that I consider living wealthy.
Living wealthy, yes. Well, good. And those are all great things that you would say living wealthy. And even as Sylvia said and Jumo said, wealth is not about money, because you can be rich and be unhealthy and sad and whatever else, but you don't have to have a lot of your money to be happy, right, and enjoy your life. True. You have family, you have love, you have everything else. Yes. So that's living wealthy, yes. All right, well, good. Well, I thank you so much for taking your time. And again, as I said, I look forward to seeing you in so many places. I know that I will see you, because I'm so impressed with the short while that I'm speaking with you of what a beautiful young lady you are, number one. And you've got a strong head on your shoulders. Good for you. As the old people would say, you have a strong head on your shoulders.
Yes.
So, good. Where's the others?
Body on fire. Brother, come bring the water. Come bring the water. Yes, the place getting hotter. The place getting hotter. Brother, come bring the water. Come bring the water. Yeah. She said that she feeling nice inside the party. First time from the countryside, she visiting the city. Brace up in a corner, and the music hits she decides to when I'm bend over and start to sing me body on fire. Me body on fire. Brother, come bring the water. Come bring the water. Yes, the place getting hotter. The place getting hotter. Brother, come bring the water. Come bring the water. Hey, wet me, come wet me down. Wet me, come wet me down. Wet me, come wet me down. I said my body need it now. Wet me, come wet me down. Wet me, come wet me down. Wet me, come wet me down. I said my body need it now. Bumper high in the air, so inviting. All the men afraid to touch the way the girl whining.
say bye for now from Living Wealthy Always. This is your host, Juneann Lewis, and remember, living wealthy always is a mindset. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to Living Wealthy Always, and stay tuned because, as I said, I have some very important other people that I've interviewed, and I'm planning to go back to Guyana to interview. You guys have got to stay tuned for that. And of course, Miss Sonia Noel, one of the #1 Caribbean fashion designers. Got to tune in the next time to hear Miss Sonia Noel and this beautiful, she's a beautiful, elegant woman in Guyana, representing Guyana again to the fullest. That's all for now, folks.